Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Joseph Jerome Lipscomb, transparent write-in candidate. Not like that, though. Other politicians get a little spooked when you ask to see their birth certificate, or their tax forms, or their emails. Not me. You want to see my birth certificate? Bam. You want to see my social security number? Whoop, there it is. You want my mom's maiden name? My passport? My favorite restaurant in college? My ATM password? Shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka laka, hey. And remember, the candidate that overshares, overcares. I'm Joseph Jerome Lipscomb, and I approve this message. Hi, I'm Kurtis Johnson, and you're in luck, because I am your write-in candidate. My proposition will help decriminalize public urination. I know you've all been there, I've been there. I mean, right now, I really need to go. So, if you want to go places, well, look no further. Write me in, Kurtis Johnson, and we will decriminalize urination in the public for all and for ages. I'm Kurtis Johnson, and I approve this message. Public urination, dun da dun, da 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 dun. Public urination, dun da dun, da 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 dun.
The Hanging of Chad. Good evening and welcome to the first and only write-in candidate debate brought to you by AmbiguCorps. I'm By Waverly, your moderator. It has been a grueling election season, and we have narrowed the candidates down to just these two. We will be asking them questions compiled from shit I thought of earlier. We have also reminded the audience to refrain from applauding or any outward expression of emotion while they are being lied to. Except for now. I give you your write-in candidates, Kurtis Kujo Johnson and Joe Jorilla Lipscomb. Gentlemen, I'd like to remind you of our debate rules. You are allowed 1 minute for your response time. Personal attacks against your opponent will not be tolerated unless, of course, it's really, really funny. I have the authority to halt at any time, limit overages or interruptions, but in the interest of good television, it will not be enforced. Are we understood, gentlemen? Then let's begin. I would like to start with opening statements by our candidates. Mr. Lipscomb, since you won the hot dog eating contest, you go first.
Much like the chicken and the egg, it's very difficult to decipher whether or not the corrupt politicians are, in fact, corrupting our system, or if the system itself is corrupt, and any politician that enters that algorithm comes out a little dirty, a little crooked. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am not crooked, and I am not a politician. So if the American people choose to have me represent them, at least we can discover together whether or not the system will corrupt me and, in return, make me into one of those low-life reptile people.
Thank you, Mr. Lipscomb. Kujo, hit me.
My opponent likes to dodge responsibility. He likes to blame others. He likes to blame the raccoons. I say, what's wrong with the raccoons? And I brought my athletic supporter. I hope he brought some protection because my friends are the best. They have the best words. They have the best suits. They have the best platforms. Many of you know my platform is one to decriminalize public urination, increase life expectancy of raccoons from 2 to 3 years to 2.5 to 3.5. And I'd also like Disney to take responsibility for its inaccuracies between Mighty Ducks and D2, The Mighty Ducks Are Back, because it's just atrocious what they did with those films. Thank you.
We only have Mr. Lipscomb and Mr. Johnson here because if we let everybody in here, it'd be a mass debate. Let's see how they destroyed the other runners over time. Show the graph, show the clip.
Hey there. It's nice to see you. You know, I actually had a pretty good day. What about you? If you didn't watch my other episodes, like I always say, I can't see you, but I can. I can see you through the TV screen or computer or phone, what you're looking through. I can see you and you can see me. So tell me about your day. I can hear you. Thank you. I will be talking about the new election. It's going to be going on in a few months. Well, actually a few weeks. I don't know. But I am going to explaining it like an adult. And I hope you like it. So, how I would describe Donald Trump, he looks like a squirrel was on his head and the fur came off into his hair. And I don't know why, but he kind of just seems like a squirrel guy, like always like pecky, like going like woo, woo, woo. And the other contestants are just kind of like guilty as charged. And I'm just saying, they always try to act like they're always right, like arrogant. And they were fighting in the election the other day. It's too bad. I'll tell you what a president is. A president is a person that is in stand of the country, and it pretty much represents the whole United States. But please comment below and tell me what you think of this, huh?
Hello, my name is Gerald Nelson. And I'm with the Legalize Arson movement. Arson. We need to legalize arson. You might ask why. First of all, how dare you? Fire is awesome. We need to start setting everything on fire. Set the vote on fire, set the ballots on fire, set your ballot officiants on fire. If you talk to somebody and you tell them to start setting everything on fire and they don't, you set them on fire. It doesn't even matter if we win or lose, just start fires anywhere you can. Thank you.
I used to be a normal guy, just like you. But then something happened that changed me forever. I never met my mom and dad. I lived with my aunt and uncle, but one day I came home and they had been brutally murdered. I didn't know what to do. I ran off with these people I just met, and I started running with this rebel outfit based out of Yavin 4. Now they told us we had one chance to take out the bad guys, but it was a suicide mission. I had nothing to live for, so I said, what the hell, why not?
The force is strong in this one.
Use the funk, Bobby.
Our first question is for both candidates. You have both gone on record saying that pineapple pizza is delicious. What did you mean by that statement? And how does your position differ from your opponent's?
Well, when it comes to pineapple pizza, let me just start by saying that unlike my opponent, I was very transparent. I let everyone see my birth certificate and perhaps other information that they shouldn't have seen. But you know, Kujo's not going to show you his birth certificate because he doesn't have one. He was hatched, just like his reptilian ancestors. Now, I'm not saying that there's some alien race of lizard people out there, but I am saying that dinosaurs, over the course of a few millennia, could have evolved superior intelligence and perhaps started to look like mammals.
Well, it's a great question. Great question. I'll have a great answer for you. But first, I'd like to say that my opponent here was very untruthful with what he said about the tax returns and the birth certificate. I said I would show him my birth certificate if he gave me a clean punt return. And to answer your original question, actually, I have never said that I didn't like pineapple Hawaiian pizza. I just said that I liked ham, and he likes Canadian bacon. Thank you.
Why will neither of you guys make statements regarding your penis? Should the American people simply trust that you'll be packing when you become president? And would you revisit this amendment for seconds?
I've always said I'm a grower, not a shower. Next.
Well, I truly believe that my penis can speak for itself, and in fact, it does on my red box station. So, just if you do a thorough Google search, you'll see that he has a lot of interesting things to say.
If you could prevent one tragic death, would it be Cecil the lion or Harambe the gorilla?
Well, that answer is very simple. I'd say Cecil, because we all know that Harambe is on an island with Tupac.
I am Team Harambe, and if elected in office, I will avenge his death.
My sphincter is giggling with electoral excitement. We'll be right back.
The following advertisement is not endorsed by any candidate, just people who really don't like Kurtis Johnson.
Distinguished members of the press and fellow citizens, Kurtis Johnson is a frog. I mean, a Kurtis Johnson is a fraud.
He has zero experience, zero class, zero tact, and 0 calories.
Zero knowledge of the issues. He's never served a day in political office, and he's only interested in one thing.
Your money.
He wants you to believe he's got your breast implants in mind, but this hardened criminal
has been in bed with Wall Street since before you were born.
Fact.
He killed Dave Ekblad.
Fact.
He destroyed the ANI set.
Fact.
He squirted innocent, off-duty police officers with water while they were just trying to have a good, dry time.
If you think Kujo cares about anything other than taking a dump in your safe deposit box,
you're sadly misshapen.
His right hand will go straight from the Bible
into your pants,
right down your back and straight into your butthole.
Faster than you can say full cavity search.
That's right. Straight for the juggalo.
This November, don't let Kujo loose.
Make him poop in his cage for another 4 years.
He's a villain.
A crook.
A quack.
A thief.
A knave.
A scallywag.
A ne'er-do-well.
A scoundrel.
A rapscallion.
He cheated in the Olympics, and he never washes his privates.
My name is Alan. I think Kujo sucks.
He must not win.
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 This message was funded by the coalition of people who really, really don't like Kurtis Johnson Super PAC.
Welcome back to the Write-In Candidate Debate. I'm By Waverly. Let's get to the questions. If elected, name one law that you would change.
I'm pretty sure we need to start being able to buy liquor on Sundays. Thank you very much.
Keep it down, you at home. You're getting these people riled up, okay? I know it's a lot of fun.
I believe everyone knows the answer to this, what I'm going to say, and that is I would decriminalize public urination. Thank you.
And now let's find out some of the disgusting things Lipscomb has said.
My fellow Americans, I am Joseph Jerome Lipscomb, transparent write-in candidate. And as you may recall, I refuse to accept any donations to my campaign. This continues to be the truth. However, if you did receive an email from my account requesting donations of money, please note that my identity has been stolen.
Please send all your donations, check and money order, Western Union. These are preferred methods of donating. I will reimburse you triple what you donate after taxes. I am Joel Lipscomb, and this message is approved.
Let's take a look at one of Mr. Johnson's okay. Ugh. Just use that.
Oh, hey, I'm Kurtis Johnson, and I'm here to tell you that what my opponents have been saying about me breaking the law and going after cops and basically just being a cop hater, you're wrong. I don't hate cops, I just hate bullies. I didn't even know they were cops. So I squirted a little squirt gun and people thought it was something other than water. Hey, what kind of police state do you live in that you think that it's something than water on the first day of summer? Huh? And then to the other people saying I've destructed their property, well, you know what? It looked that way when I got there. Dave Ekblad, part of the paparazzi soccerazzi, I mean, he died, but you know, like, I don't remember that. That wasn't me. You know, like he went down like a ton of bricks and, you know, maybe he had too many hot dogs and he just choked on one and nobody really noticed. If you think that I'm a bad person because I've gone after cops or maybe I've destroyed scenery and sets or maybe I accidentally killed a photographer, I mean, you know, who hasn't? I'm Kurtis Johnson. And I approve this message.
This question is for Mr. Johnson. On July 14th of this year, you tweeted, and I quote, "Dave Ekblad was in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's his own damn fault he's dead. Now put that dog in your bun and smoke it, lol." Please elaborate.
I never said that.
That is a dastardly lie. Dave Ekblad is a personal friend of mine. He was a great man. If I could do anything to bring him back, well, then what did you say? What did you say, Kujo? Well,
I've never told you
you tend to say a lot of things.
I never said that.
Mr. Lipscomb, your rebuttal.
I'm pretty sure if you go on Facebook right now and you look at Kujo Johnson's post, you will see that post, and the American people will know that he's a two-faced little prankster.
Well, was it a tweet or was it Facebook?
Get your story straight. I know how you use your Twitter account and it posts on Facebook. So it's kind of one and the same, isn't it? Yeah, do your research. Do your research on yourself. Why don't you Google yourself?
Here's another one of Joe Lipscomb's zany campaign videos. Oink.
Goddamn fucking raccoons! Fuck them! Fuck them and the fucking raccoonie and the raccoon man and all of it!
Mr. Lipscomb, ever since you released an ad attacking raccoons, raccoon crime is up 30%. What do you say to the raccoons who have lost family members in this violence?
Well, let me ask you a question. Has the raccoon violence really increased, or are the American people just starting to notice how trash cats behave? Obviously,
hey, easy with all the
these
booing.
diabolical, like sewer animals, they keep to themselves.
What do you have against the raccoons?
They come out at night. They knock over your trash cans. They're bandits.
The Great Outdoors? They're hilarious. They're hilarious.
Maybe a mischief candidate such as yourself,
trying to survive.
who's endorsed by the raccoons.
Trying to survive.
By the way, aren't you in the pocket of Big Raccoon?
I was never in the pocket of Big Raccoon.
You are definitely in the pocket of Big Raccoon.
Kujo, what do you think about the raccoon hater?
I believe that raccoons are our friends. They're part of the food web. They're part of life. Bio is life. I've always thought that life is a good thing, and my opponent here wants to take things out of proportion, take things out of context, and come at me, blame me for ISIS, blame raccoons for ISIS.
You've been known to pass out in a sewer.
You know, I just can't believe that what you've done to this country.
Who are you
by
trying to
tearing
protect?
the country apart from raccoons.
Things are heating up at the debate. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Yeah, Bill, sorry. I know I'm late, but my mother-in-law, she is coming into town. I gotta clean up a little bit, and I need to have the place looking. Oh, that was today. Shoot. All right. I'll be right there. Okay. Oh, she better not be there. Why'd I have to have the burrito last night of all nights? Damn it! Oh no. No. Oh no!
It's filthy in here. Ugh. Oh, yeah, go to the bathroom.
Introducing iFlush, the new toilet flushing app from Crapple. Just tap on the iFlush and flush your toilet from anywhere in the country. Flush it from the grocery store, the library. Give your dad a courtesy flush. Flush your toilet from anywhere in North America and most of the Caribbean. With iFlush.
No. Oh wait, I got iFlush.
Oh my, what a clean toilet! I'm so proud of my son!
Thanks, iFlush.
Oh no!
Crapple is a subsidiary of URINATION.
It looks like our time is almost up. We'll now ask our candidates to deliver their closing statements.
Well, I can't believe that my opponent has even made it this far. His slander against the raccoons is just repulsive. I just want a better America. I want to be able to urinate wherever I want, and I want Disney to take responsibility for their inconsistencies in the Mighty Ducks and D2, the Mighty Ducks are back. I mean, how can Banks be from Edina and Conway be from St. Paul and Fulton be from Stillwater, and they all are in the same district? There would be no Mighty Ducks. And I want Disney to make sure that they recount their actions and maybe make a new movie and do it the right way. Thank you.
History will show that I have been campaigning as an independent write-in candidate since at least the second episode. What was my opponent doing? Rehabilitating juggalos? Unsuccessfully, I might add. So this November, do the right thing and write in Joseph Jerome Lipscomb. You won't regret it. We're going to change the way America does campaigns.
Gentlemen, thank you for an evening of mistruths, outright pandering, and just lying. Now the fate of the country is up to you, the voters. So, from now it's, I'm By Waverly. Good night.